Welcome back to your daily dose. We're talking all things day one, especially this reunion we have coming up. And if you weren't part of these classes, of course, listen in because we hope you'll be part of the next one, which is scheduled for January. Please go to the website, sign up, get yourself involved. January 2024, we're taking signups for that. If you were involved, and especially those in the first two iterations, which were themed with Star Wars, I'm really speaking specifically to you now and hoping that you'll come to this reunion to share your thoughts, number one. And really what I want is for you to recognize there's more for you here. And I'm not trying to get you to sign up. It's not necessarily that you take another class. It's about spreading this in your community. What I've heard from some people is, I liked it, it was amazing, and I don't know how to proliferate this. There's pushback, right? And I would understand that, especially based on the initial program and where it was. I think if those, especially first two cohorts, saw where the program was now, they'd have an easier time of sharing it with support groups, friends, and others to say, there's something here for you. And that's why I really want their voices in the room.
And beyond. One of the big differences between the first two iterations and the second two, is a more directed effort to get our stories out into the world. We've really focused on the ending PD message that the Parkinson's people are too polite and you're too nice and you're not talking enough. Well, those of us in the first two cohorts had the same kind of powerful Parkinson's experiences. And yet, as a group, we ended up doing a presentation and we wrapped up for ourselves, and now we're wrapping up for the world to get the world pay attention. That's an invitation to the first two groups as well.
Yes, in kind of scientific research language, it's a longitudinal study, right? We're looking at people over time, and the effect of the program on the earlier groups that had a different set of either outcomes or, like you said, prompts, in this case, attaching specifically to the ending PD message and what's going on with that book. That changes things quite a bit, because here's where I want to transition to, and this might take us through this episode into another. You have written a lot, and in fact, I was looking at some of your writing from the first program, and very powerful what it was. It was very different than what you did in the second iteration. You went a different direction and weren't even sure how it related to Parkinson's, which I really want to make that clear. And I've had several people do that now. In fact, Diane, again, doing some devastatingly good writing in this round, writes at the top of every blog, this is not a Parkinson's story. And I said, that's fine. You can put that there. In my heart of hearts, I go, somehow, some way it all goes in. It relates in some fashion. And not that I'm trying to get her to turn it back, but it doesn't matter. What she's doing is, she's more than Parkinson's, right? It's part of her story. It's not all of her story. And within the community, she's still being able to tell. So for you, you are now taking your work, and I know you're starting to work with Benicia, who is in the third iteration. What are you doing with your writing?
Oh my goodness, this is so much fun and so exciting and so confusing. I'm not sure how I'm going to pull it off. I'm
Good.
trying to, I'm trying to put together probably too many things, but Parkinson's and music and a journey and thoughts of suicide and resolution about the interpretation of suicide toward the future. And I don't know how to do all that. And I'm loving the process. It's my own work, Robert. This is my stuff. Nobody asked me to do this. And I long for free time to like, I've been listening to lyrics of songs, looking for the right song,
Hmm.
which I found today. And I'm so happy and so surprised that it is what it is. And so this is an opportunity for a creative and useful consequence.
Creative and useful is a great way to cap this, and we're going to go on to the next to talk more, explore more of what you're talking about, because that's what I really want our folks to hear from those first two episodes in particular, and of course those who are involved who in this third and fourth, and those who may be involved in the fifth. There's more to you than you recognize, and there's something to do with these works you're creating, and that is a big part of where we're at now. So that's coming up next on the next Daily
Okay.
Dose.